Demo-Dozer bucket, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this adaptation that I've added to the bucket. I've put two receivers in here, and I've got holes cut in here, and the trailer receivers are put in here and welded solidly against this side and this side. That means I've got two independent locations for tools. Now obviously the trailer hitch is very, very useful tool. I use that all the time. But let me back up and tell you a little bit about the history of this. Several years ago, I wanted to use a tool for a specific need. And so I built this. And the way this works, this gets clamped down to the front of the bucket. This goes to the back of the bucket, and this portion of it juts out right in the middle here. It clamps down right on the front. And I created the trailer hitch independent so I could put it in there, and it still works. It's a good idea, and from this I can plug in any kind of tool, including the trailer hitch or any of the tools that I've built for it. I went ahead and put these in place, and then the next idea that I had was I wanted to center one of these. So I built this contraption here that slides into both of them independently, and I lock them off, and I've got my receiver out in the front here. So if I want to use a single tool such as the shovel or the pick or something right in the middle, then I can use it that way. Honestly, I always use them just in the two areas here. These other things have proven to be almost redundant. I don't really need them that much because these have proven to be so efficient and so effective. Now, one of the tools that I've built fits in here, either way. You gotta plug them in. This one right here is my pick. With this tool, I can tear out trees, I can dig trenches, I can do so much with this tool here. But it gets better because I've got extensions to this that I can plug in and plug this into the extensions. All I need is additional lengths of 2-inch stock. Drill the hole, I can make it any length that I want to. So this can either be up tight or further out. I've also got a rake, a landscape rake. I don't have it right here now, but that's one of my more valuable tools. Oh, this one's heavy. I don't know if you can see that. Move the camera here. That changes the dynamics of this. I can now plant trees. I can do long, narrow ditches. I can use it for filling soil into potted areas as a landscaping tool. This heavy-duty shovel that I built is incredible. I can put it on either side, or I can put that centerpiece back in, and it works as a center unit. So I tell you, some of the things I can do with this receiver that I add to my bucket are just incredible. I've got about a dozen tools I've made, everything from hose to I've got a tool that gets up underneath concrete, makes it easy to lift concrete. Here's one. Doesn't look like much. Doesn't look like much at all. I plug that thing into a long bar like this with a receiver on the other end and plug it in over here. And then I've got whatever length I want. Let's say I want 6 or 8 feet. This thing here goes right through a house, grabs hold of a 2x4, pulls it out. I can wreck a house with this. I go around the house all the way around, and the house implodes. I've torn down buildings with this silly little tool. I mean, it just punches right through and move it over the side, and it just rips stuff right out. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and load up some trailers right now. I'll show you how it works in action just for the trailer hitch part of it, but I could go on for hours and hours and hours, but I tell you, this little receiver here it's worth its weight in gold. Alright, I closed up the ball hitch and hooked up the chains because I'm going to be taking this trailer and I'm going to be moving it down that way. Actually a little bit difficult to video myself doing that and manage the tractor at the same time, but you can see the value of this simple little receiver here. I can put this trailer in places I couldn't possibly put it on my property. I can get it down into really tight holes. I've got a chipper up here. I've got 4 chippers, but I've got one I keep at home. I've got a chipper up here that I can take down the trails on the property. There we go, 15 minutes later, I'm ready to go.